Hi parents. I just want to talk to you today about some ideas you can do with sight words. So sight words can be tied to almost any game that you can think of, believe it or not. So I was brainstorming some ideas. I know kids want to be outside, so hopscotch. Make a hopscotch board on the concrete with chalk and put sight words in it. And then whenever they play the hopscotch game, they'll have to read the words as they go, or you can do it more traditional where you roll your chip and then they have to read the word that the chip lands on. So that's incorporating sight words into being outside. We also do a game called the racing game, where I just set all the sight words out on one end of the hallway. You could do it in the yard or whatever. Just set all the sight words out like on cards, just on index cards. And then you just say, okay, on your mark, get, set, go. And the kids have to run, grab one, bring it back, and read it to you. If they get it right, then, of course, they get to keep it in their pile. If not, they have to put it back. So that's just another way to get the kids up and moving on these beautiful days. Bingo. Bingo is always a traditional game that you can play. Just make a quick bingo card, even out on the sidewalk with chalk. That's another good way. Go on a word hunt. Put the words around your house and say, okay, in the living room there's 5 words. In the kitchen there's 10 words. In your bedroom there's 3 words. So just, to get them up and get them moving and having fun and playing those games. Now, all of those games can be just played with simple index cards. Don't need anything fancy, don't need anything special. Just write them on index cards, pieces of paper even. I mean, like I said, it doesn't have to be fancy or special. And another thing you can do with those index cards is play Chutes and Ladders. So Chutes and Ladders, Candyland, Connect Four, any traditional board game like that. Just throw in the flashcards that you've made and you can turn it into a game where they're actually practicing their sight words. So like, for instance, in Candyland, you would have their sight words and then they would have to, read it, and then they got to pick the card that has the color tiles on it to see where they get to go. Chutes and Ladders, so it's got a spinner that goes with it. So instead of using the spinner at first, just use those index cards again, read it, and then spin the spinner, and then see how far you get to go. Connect Four, you got to read a card before you can put the checker down into the game board. So those are all just some fun games, some different ways to do sight words instead of just doing flashcards. Here at school, we've got the same game. I'm going to show you guys. All 5 of these games are the same game. It's just different skills and different pictures. So like this one, we call it Blarney, but it's the SH, WH, CH, and TH skills. This one's called Hooked, and it's just consonant, vowel, consonant words. This one is called Tricky Robot Game, and it's sight word cards with the robots. This one I call Tarzan, and it's blends, so like GR, CL, PL, blends. And this one is called the Rabbit Game. I don't really have a good name for it, but it's vowel, consonant, E words, so those magic E words. So basically you play all these games exactly the same. You have them all flipped over, upside down, and then you pull cards. If you pull the card and you can read it, you keep it. But if you pull the special card, that means that you have to put all your cards back into the middle, and then the special card gets put aside. Because if you keep the special cards in, the game will last forever because they're constantly putting their cards back in. So just take the special cards out. That game we've played, I don't even know how many times in our classroom. So there's a super easy way to do some sight words. Another idea I thought of was, you guys have puzzles laying around the house. So you can do the puzzle and they have to read the words before they can put it into the places. So they'd have to pick up this and say, and then they could put it into the puzzle. Or they'd have to pick this one up and say, said, and then they could put it into the puzzle. Now, I know that I've used sight words as an example for all these games, and I know I talked fast, I'm sorry. But guys, these games can be used for anything. Anything. Plug in numbers, plug in letters sounds, plug in, like I said with those other games, blends, CVC words, consonant vowel E words, or vowel consonant E words. But any skill that we're working on can be put into these things. Blending, segmenting, substitution, those are all phonemic awareness skills that if you have questions about, just ask. I'll help you with them. But any skill that your kid's working on, and when you get older, multiplication, addition, subtraction, which would be good for us right now, addition and subtraction, spelling words. So these are just some fun things that you can use in order to help your kiddo with some of those basic skills that normally we call drill and kill. I don't like drill and kill. Okay, that's not the way I teach. So your kids are used to having these games to play. So just some helpful ideas. If you have any questions, let me know. Sorry I talk so fast. I have tons of ideas up in my head, so got to get it out fast. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.